So it's really important to have a chair or bench or something that is high enough that your hips are slightly higher than your knees. In terms of ergonomics, that's one of the ways we can really stay centered and grounded, right? Of course, the feet are going to be apart. I'm going to be sitting at the edge of the seat, and I don't want that video
Right.
you found was excellent, right? We want to
Yeah,
avoid
that was great.
because you can really stay connected, and this strong foundation helps us to be able to move more freely. And now, in terms of height, like if I have the cello at a height where I put my arm out and it's relatively parallel to the ground, that's
Huh?
like a good starting point.
It-
It's going to be in the ballpark
Yeah.
for the end pin length.
Little,
Now, yeah, if I bring this is important. I want to bring the cello to me, right? So if I bring the cello down and then I start contorting my body to like fit around it,
yeah.
we want to avoid that. So we want to have like a really nice, healthy posture. We want to feel grounded, right? And try to sneak the cello in there and really just bring that instrument to me. Should be comfortable that you can hug it. I'm going to try and give you a few different angles here. So
Helpful.
on this side, when I bring the cello to me, I am going to favor it a little bit toward the A string.
Mm-hmm.
It's not straight on, right? And
Great.
personally, I actually have a posture peg, so the C peg isn't by my neck or sticking into my neck
Yeah.
because I like the neck close.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have one of those, it can be, just a little bit at more of an angle, so the peg is there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little thing. This
Yeah,
gets into
definitely.
personal preference a little bit, but I want to show you a couple of different angles here. So like straight on, right? Bringing the cello to me, and again, it's tucked in. But if you need a little more space there, it can be a little bit higher, right? Some of this, especially if you're not gonna go into thumb position, if you're really just kind of staying in the lower positions, it's not as important that this is really perfectly dialed in and you have full access, right?
Yeah.
That becomes important if you want access to thumb position. We want to make sure it's a little tighter in and then everything can be easier accessed and makes it a little bit smaller instead of like reaching around the instrument, right? Because this can create tension here for reaching around.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
was noticing that Yo-Yo Ma he's really slanted, and I'm sure it's because he plays up here a lot.
yeah, some people like Ross Rapovich, his cello was really way
Really.
higher, right? And
Yeah.
and if you have the end pin much higher, some people have an end pin that goes down, right?
Yeah. I've seen
And
those.
and what that does too is it makes the cello a little bit more parallel to the ground. You can use the weight of your arm even more, right? Because you're digging
Mm-hmm.
in, right? The weight is in the string as opposed to at an angle, right? So this is working with gravity to even pull more tone out of the cello, right? We don't need that. We just need, you're not going to see it as much in the front here, but I want to give you some knee angles as well. Again, starting from postured when I bring the cello to me. My right knee, the corner is contacting the inside of my knee, but it's not like digging in. It's nice and easy.
Yeah.
Your knee can fit in here. But if I turn, this corner sometimes it will just kind of dig into your knee and you get used to it.
Yeah.
That's one approach. Okay. If you really, really hate that, everybody's different. You could have the cello a little higher
Mm-hmm.
and try and tuck your knee under the corner like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now this gives me similar access, right? It's a little
Yep.
bit higher for first position, so that might feel strange, right? But really, sometimes the name of the game is like I have to figure out how to make a relationship with this thing and have it be really comfortable for me.
Yeah.
And so there's physical principles that work that are important to follow, but there can be a lot of variation, right?
Mm-hmm.
within reason, right? If it's too low, then maybe the bow starts hitting your knee or something,
Mhm.
right? So there's certain things we need to watch for. And that's sometimes how we end up with the
Yeah,
feet back,
exactly.
right? Because you're trying to avoid the bow hitting your knee. And well, maybe we need just a higher chair, maybe the higher end pin, right? And we need to find a
Yeah.
way to make that all work. One of my friends does aerial silk.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what I think there's a name for when uh your body gets used to irritation so much that you like it doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
And she's talking about like the
Yeah, there's
or, you
climbing
know
up
the
those.
rug burns with the silk burns, right, hanging from silks. It's like it really hurts initially, and
Yeah.
then over time you just kind of get used to it, and that's what's normal. um that's what's happening with calluses,
Yeah.
right? The
Mhm.
tips of your fingers. So that can happen with the corner in your knee
Okay.
too. It shouldn't be really bothering you a huge amount, but you know, when I find a comfortable position, like if I think about it, yeah, the corner is actually kind of digging into my knee, but I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
Just think of it in terms of principles, like what do we need access to? You know, we want to have the instrument close to us, but um, if we get too far out here, like this can work. It really, you know, it depends, but then the bow angles might be a little different, right? We want to keep it relatively centered, and you
Yeah.
know, then we can have my sound is
Great.
on. You probably can't hear that, but
That's helpful.
great.